Good morning. We are just starting off in this game between the 16U Lady Wildcats and the MHEA Eagles. Wildcats won the tip. And on the floor for the Wildcats, we've got Melissa Tolbert, Allie Birdwell, Natalie Tolbert, Angela Ochin, and Addie Reese. Wildcats not doing anything with their first possession, so now they are on defense. We've got kind of a, an awkward positioning out here. Enjoying the sun reflection. Angela there with that rebound and a turnover again for the Wildcats. They're still waiting to wake up, but MHEA also struggling to wake up a little bit. But they do get their first basket. Melissa with the ball and another turnover for the Wildcats. That shot is up, no good, rebounded by the Eagles. Three-pointer on its way, and that's good. So the Wildcats managed to get away with a couple of mistakes early, but then the Eagles eventually able to capitalize, and they now have a 5-point lead. That shot was no good by Addie. Another three-pointer on its way for the Eagles, and that is good. And now it is 8-0. And Coach Ochin, he thinks we need to restart this game, but unfortunately only can call a timeout. So hopefully this is coming through okay. Signal was really bad inside the gym, so we are in this little hallway purgatory. Unfortunately, we had a great view for those two three-pointers made by the Eagles. And I haven't seen much action at this end of the floor yet with just 3 turnovers for the Wildcats. And one shot that didn't go in. And that's a foul. So Natalie tried to move up the court, just caught on the leg of her Eagle defender. So the Wildcats will inbound again. Eagles using a full court press, which the Wildcats have not been able to get past so far, but hopefully will this time. And they do get down the floor. Addie drives inside, puts the shot up. It's off the mark. Angela with the follow, no good. Angela with another rebound out to Natalie. Over to Melissa. Now back to Natalie. Now Melissa with the ball. And Addie drives, tries to get that over to Kenna, and she does get it there. Oh, and that was a miscommunication. But ball goes out of bounds off the Eagles. I think Melissa and Addie, neither one of them knew that pass was for them. But Natalie knew that pass was for her, and it's in play for the Wildcats. Melissa outside the three-point line. That ball tipped by the Eagles, but the Wildcats still hanging on to it. Very aggressive defense for the Eagles. Inside to, Angela with a second opportunity. No good. Wildcats with a couple good looks at the basket there from Angela and just couldn't get either one to go. Eagles playing a very high defense. Really putting a lot of pressure on the guards. But you can see that the Wildcats, if they're able to get it down inside, potentially are wide open down there. But obviously we'll have to make those layups. And that's another foul committed by the Eagles. But not a lot of opening around the perimeter so far, which does make it tough to get a shot off, obviously. But also hard to make those passes inside. And that's a turnover for the Wildcats again. Morning. Good job defending there from Addie. Shot up from 3, that is good. And the Eagles now with an 11-0 lead. Natalie dribbles that ball off her foot, but gets it back. Now Melissa with the ball. And she's getting pressured pretty hard, but she gets it over to Natalie just as Coach Ochin called a timeout. So Wildcats will have to figure out how to take care of the ball with that really, really high defense. There's probably a more technical way to describe what that defense is, but I don't know what it is. All I know is they've got, seems like maybe a zone, although probably going to sound really dumb when people are, all you two people that are watching are like, oh, that's so man-to-man. But I think it's just a really high zone. Well, maybe they're man-to-man now. I don't know what I'm talking about. And that's another steal for the Eagles. Natalie trying to defend. She is able to defend that ball right out of bounds off of the Eagles. So the Wildcats will get another look at it. Lots of turnovers so far. And that's another one. Good morning. That basket good for the Eagles. Wildcats trying to get up the floor. And that is step on the line. Score is 13-0. In case you've closed your eyes to block out that score, I'm just gonna make sure that you hear it. And that's a foul committed by, got two brown ponytails over there. That one's on Kenna. MHEA, a very strong program. They have won the boys varsity 18U championship the last couple of years. So they're obviously putting together a good product on the floor. And Wildcats get down the floor. That's a hard foul as Addie tried to go toward the basket. Really nice job getting down the floor that time. And Addie gets some free throws.
I don't know, man. Sam, which court? Ooh, it's 15.
And Addie can't get that first free throw. Or the second one. Kenna able to chase down the offensive rebound. And those free throws obviously just showing the Wildcats a little out of sorts in this one. Addie's a very reliable free throw shooter, and there's a turnover, a miscommunication again for the Wildcats. And the Eagles get the ball back. So Eagles obviously good. Wildcats making some unforced errors as well. So forced and unforced, and it means that they're down 18-0. And Addie gets it to Natalie. That was tipped and saved. Eagles still with it. Addie trying to get there, and the Eagles scoop it up, get down the floor. Natalie jars that loose. Eagles still end up with it. Shot on its way. This one is off the mark and rebounded by the Eagles. Natalie blocked that shot. Angela tried to save it, and it goes out of bounds. Shot on its way for the Eagles, no good, and Natalie with the rebound. Over to Addie. Now to Melissa. Melissa drives, puts a shot up from the baseline. And I think we had a foul called before that shot. Yes, it looked like Addie was fouled, but out here behind the glass can't always hear the whistle. Melissa puts up a three. It is short, right to Kenna. I think we'll call that an assist for Melissa. And Kenna gets the Wildcats on the board. It's still a substantial lead for the Eagles. But 20-2 does look, I don't know, it looks a little better than 20-0. Could make a hilarious joke about how there is the only difference between 2 and 20 is nothing. Looks like we've got an Eagle injured. We'll see. There was no huge collision down there, just a little tangle coming out of that basket. So we'll see if that is something where she can just walk it off, or if she will have to sit for a while. So she is on her feet. It looks like her coach is going to have to help her off the court. Not sure if it's her knee or her ankle. So she will come out of the game. That's number 5. We'll see how that, how she is doing. Certainly we do not wish for a serious injury for her. Looks like she is kind of feeling her ankle. So sometimes those ankle rolls can feel really painful and then end up being nothing. So that would obviously be nice for her and her team if that is the case. That ball goes out of bounds off of the Eagles, and the Wildcats will have 14 and a half seconds to try to add another basket. Now we've got 4 seconds, Melissa with the ball, and 2 seconds, and that's that buzzer. So just not a lot of openings that they can get quickly against this Eagles team. And 14 seconds was not enough time, I guess. Good morning.
Yeah, I feel bad when these kids get hurt.
I know, I hope that it's not serious. It looks like it's their ankle, and
Yeah, but I mean, ankles are pretty bad.
right, I mean sometimes they are, and sometimes it hurts really badly for 5 minutes and then it's nothing. So you kind of don't know.
I've seen both, yeah.
Yes.
Myself.
But yeah, since she couldn't put any weight on it at all, like the 2 coaches said to kind of carry
Yeah,
her.
I saw that. That's why I got to train her.
Oh yeah, that's
Somebody
good.
with
That's
cracked
good.
ice. Now there was probably about half of them in the yesterday, but after you have there were probably another 4, 5, 6 that I got ice for. Because he's not here all day.
Well, it's nice that he's here for some of it. That is.
Yeah, he's here till 2, I think, is all he's hired to do. And he has said he goes to. Yeah, he's taking care of it. Good, how are you?
They said she didn't have a schedule.
All right, so we are ready to start the second quarter. Hopefully the players are ready as well.
So,
There's 2 down there and then 1 over here. Eagles with the ball to start the second. They get inside, shot is up, no good. Allie back in the game for the Wildcats. And Natalie able to jar that loose, but the Eagles attempt to get it back and commit the foul. Natalie with the ball. She gets it ahead to Addie. Addie crosses to Angela. Angela's shot is up and short. Addie hustling after that rebound. Can't quite hang on to it. Eagles heading the other way. Ball down the floor. Shot up, defended by Allie. And then Allie getting on the floor. Forces the jump ball, which is Wildcat ball. Well, honey, you're just going to have to survive on what you ate for breakfast for a little bit longer. Wildcats get down past the press again and try to cross that to Angela, and pass does not connect. Angela trying to involve us in the game by giving a little love pat to the glass there. Definitely some frustration at how this game is going so far. Eagles working the ball around, and that is a foul committed by Natalie. I think that's only the second, maybe third foul in the game against the Wildcats. And it is the first against Natalie. First free throw is good. Second free throw good as well. Score now 22-2. If you think this team looks a little bit different than what you've been watching all year, we are missing Ainsley and Lydia. And definitely are missing them. Just having a couple more capable players. Lydia is so fast and Ainsley is so strong that those are definitely traits we could use more of in this game against a really aggressive opponent. But girls on the floor, this is the team, and they are scrapping hard. And MHEA, definitely really good. I don't know. Obviously, you can never know what things would be like with the full team. But I don't know that we would be. I don't know that the score would be reversed if we had two more players. And a nice pass from Melissa inside to Angela. Can't get the layup, out to Addie. Addie thought about the three, instead passes over to Natalie. And to Angela, inside to Melissa, and Melissa can't get the layup. So Wildcats have had some layup opportunities, and Kenna, the only one able to cash in so far. Shot on its way, that is short for the Eagles, and saved right to Natalie. Addie with the ball now. Cutting Melissa, and Melissa's layup is short. That ball goes out of bounds off of the Eagles. Mr. Ocean, he looks distraught. Ball in play to Addie. Nice hustle by Angela, hanging on to that possession. She tries to get it out to a teammate and went down. Ball is turned over. Addie getting on the floor, trying to get that ball. Eagles get it back. This is a 2-point shot up for the Eagles, and they now lead 24-2. Natalie over to Melissa, inside to Angela. Angela tries to work around her defender, kicks it back out to Natalie, over to Melissa. Melissa's three-pointer is up short, and Allie tips that to Addie. Addie's shot is up off the mark, and Allie with another save, and I think this is going to be a foul against Angela. And it is.
I'll find her then. Down there, okay. Oh, I see him down there. Yeah, I see him down there. Okay, I'll go that way. All right. So, you got stats for this one. Okay, I'll give it to you. All right, come on, go see if she's ready. Can send it to you.
I think she does.
Okay.
And Natalie tries to come up with a steal, and she is able to force the turnover. It was a good hustle play by Natalie. Eagle players do not agree, and honestly, I can't really tell what happened over there, but doesn't matter. Natalie across half court, over to Melissa. Now to Addie. Addie kicks to Angela. Angela travels with the ball. Kenna back in the game for the Wildcats. We are halfway through the second quarter.
No. They're not for me. They probably don't sleep. They're fine. Bed later than usual. For them anyway.
Eagles inside, shot up, no good, rebounded by Angela. Out to Melissa. Approaching the 2-minute mark of this second quarter. Melissa. Inside to Angela, and that's a foul called. Angela goes down. Angela comes out and Allie comes back in. We are glad to have Angela. She had that injury at regionals that thankfully was not as serious as it looked like it could be. Addie gets up a shot and fighting for the rebound, forces the jump ball. It goes to the Eagles.
That extra day on either end, because if we have an early game Monday or a late game Friday.
Oh yeah, Angela took that hard fall, taking a charge against eventual champion Western Michigan Hornets. And it looked like it could be a broken wrist, ended up being a sprained wrist, and she is back here playing with us, obviously, which is really good, especially with the absence of Ainsley and Lydia. Being down Angela as well would have been very tough. No shot there. That was a travel. Melissa with the ball. Over to Natalie. To Addie. Addie kicks to Kenna, and that was a foul right before that pass from Addie. Got tripped up by an Eagles defender. Melissa with the ball. Inside to Addie. Addie's shot is up. She draws the foul. Nice cut by Addie. And able to get that shot up quickly. And she is at the free throw line. She missed 2 earlier, but Addie is pretty reliable from the free throw line. So I'm looking forward to seeing these two go in. And that one does. And that one does as well. Just keeping us at pins and needles for both of those free throws. Score is now 24-4. Down by 20, yes, that is true. That shot no good for the Eagles. Natalie with the rebound. Ahead to Addie. Crossing to Melissa. Melissa's shot is up, blocked. Rebounded by the Eagles. Less than a minute to play in the quarter. And that shot is up. A foul called against Addie. Kind of a tough call. She was not moving at all, and the girl kind of falling around her, but sometimes you can't get every break. Wildcats just hoping to get a couple of breaks. That first free throw is good. Second one, no good. Kenna with the rebound. She gets it out to Addie. Score is 25-4. Melissa over to Natalie. And she tried to push that across to Addie. It is picked off by the Eagles. Window just a little bit too tight. And that ball knocked loose. And Wildcats end up with it with 20 seconds to play in the quarter. And unfortunately turn it over with 15 seconds left. Shot up for the Eagles, no good. Second opportunity, kind of inexplicably no good. She was wide open. And we're going to run out of time in the quarter. And the Wildcats managed to escape that possession from the Eagles without any made baskets. But unfortunately, still down 21.
During the football showing, I think that's when they have like 4 years, 7A, and 4 years, go against football, and then Super Bowl. So I think
He has a Nintendo.
last year I had this whole like roadmap, try to raise more. Yeah, oh man, I was like ESPN 8 up in there. I was on Ocho doing analytics on it, and then so I could have mapped out the whole thing for you. It was legitimately, I had a big whiteboard in the hotel room. This year I was like, I spent way more time doing that than this year. Yeah. I just feel proud.
What you do before?
Right, because it's like, if we win, we go this route. If we win, lose, we go that route. If we lose, win, or lose, we go this route. Any number of passes that go there. Yes. 7A.
And the being for her sister and teammate.
Like I have sentences written out. I'll just read them. So they're gonna sign a sentence. You have to carry out sign a sentence, sign a sentence, sign a sentence. And so then when you put it in, you either close or like you couldn't hear us. We couldn't hear us. He does not hear us. I mean, the thing. Right, I know. There's not a lot going on. But it's just
Do you not even need to read?
Not very often.
Unless it goes like the same
I mean, like, we have to run a meeting. We can't
text.
I'll talk to you. It's like a reminder about your dentist appointment. Wildcats start the third quarter with the ball. And obviously this basket was just a bad basket for them, so we should just be going nuts from the 3-point line now that we're at the other end of the floor. Oh, inside to Angela. It is picked up by Allie. Back out to Melissa. Over to Addie. And Angela tried to put up a shot. It is blocked, rebounded by the Eagles. And stolen by the Wildcats.
Well, when you've never done that, it's really easy. But when you've never done it, it's always like, we're doing it right.
And Allie Allie's shot is up and good. Nice play by the Wildcats results in a made basket for Allie. Score is 25-6. Three-pointer on its way, no good. Two-pointer on its way, no good. Nice position by Angela. Good box out, and the Eagles knocked that ball out of bounds. Ball into Melissa. And she gets it to Addie. Addie ahead to Angela. Angela down to Allie. And Allie is fouled as she tried to go for another basket. So free throws coming for Allie.
Yeah, she might be stretching out.
First free throw off the mark. This is Allie's first year with this Nationals week is just such a good week for people with not a lot of experience. Just 5 games in a row, maybe it's 4, but days in a row of playing basketball, chances to do good things over and over, lots of chances to correct mistakes over and over. Angela with that rebound. So really good opportunity for Allie and for Naomi. And for all of these girls that are new at taking the leadership role at this level, to just get some really valuable experience. Out to Natalie. Her three-pointer is up and good. That is the first made three-pointer from the Wildcats. Not a lot of opportunities so far, but a nice kick from Angela. Allie going for that steal. Can't quite get it, but the Eagles are forced back outside. Shot on its way, no good. Rebounded by Angela. Over to Natalie. Now Melissa with the ball. Angela has it. Addie. Back out to Natalie. And Natalie tried to save it before the backcourt violation, but it will go to the Eagles. Ball down low, shot up, no good. Second opportunity, no good. And Angela gets the rebound in the corner. Crosses to Melissa. Now Natalie will bring it up the floor. Ahead to Angela. Looks like we're going to have a timeout. Wildcats with a couple of nice baskets here in this quarter. Still down 25-9. But they have held the Eagles scoreless for almost half a quarter. Melissa gets that ball back off of the Eagles' leg. Crossing to Natalie. Natalie puts up a 2 and hits. That gets the Wildcats up to 11. Nice little run here. Gone on a 7-0 run to start this quarter. Number 5 for the Eagles did go down with that injury, and I couldn't tell you if she did a lot in the first half. Blocked there by Natalie. Angela with the rebound, out to Natalie. But it does seem like shot up, or I think that was a pass actually for Allie. And not like when Melissa passed that ball to Kenna. That was a legit pass. Over to Natalie. Natalie drives. Back out to Melissa. Melissa puts up a 3. Oh, she can't get it to go, just off the mark. That would have been a really nice make. But yeah, number 5 went down for the Eagles, and I don't know if that has impacted the game or if the Eagles are just a little sluggish coming out here in the second half. But definitely the Wildcats on a nice little run. Shot up, no good. Allie with the rebound. And I think we're going to see a jump ball here, which stays Eagle ball. It was a jump ball. Oh, he said travel? Okay, actually, sorry, that was called a travel. Allie going to the floor with the ball. Shot on its way for the Eagles, and that does end their drought with that made 3-pointer. Ball to Addie, now to Natalie, back to Addie. And Addie tries to get down the floor. She still has the ball, over to Natalie. Natalie thought about that 3-pointer and instead gets it over to Melissa. Now Addie with the ball, kicks out to Natalie. Over to Addie. Angela with the ball. Now Melissa has it over on the sideline and tries to dribble through. Ball is stripped and stolen. A minute to go in the third. This is a 2-pointer on its way, and it's no good. Goes out of bounds to the Wildcats. Nice job by Natalie protecting that possession by not letting the Eagles get their hands on it at all. And that's a foul committed by the Eagles as Natalie turned to move up the floor. So we'll have a little redo. We'll get to see part of it, just not all. Ball into Melissa, back to Addie, ahead to Natalie. Naomi Grimm in the game now for the Wildcats. Addie with the ball. A lot of aggressive pressure again. Natalie, 3-pointer is up. Oh, no good. So close. Had a couple of really good looks at 3. One that went in, and a couple that just barely missed. 25 seconds to play in the third. Shot on its way for the Eagles. No good from 3. Angela with the rebound. Advances ahead to Melissa. Melissa back to Natalie. Natalie's 3 is on its way and good. With just 2 seconds left in the quarter, that's where we'll end heading into the fourth. Score is 28-14. Great quarter for the Wildcats. They scored 10 to the Eagles 3. And now are down 14 heading into the fourth quarter, which is still a challenge for sure. But great to make a little inroad there in the third quarter. No, even if you lose, you keep playing. You just play somebody else who lost their first game. And if you win, you play somebody else who won their first game. You don't play the same team again. I mean, it can happen, but that's unusual, and it won't happen for the girls this year because that's not how their practice set up. Yes. to win those.
And Lulu's at the house.
Eagles here with the ball in the fourth.
It says the sixth one.
I know, I don't know why it says the sixth quarter. This is actually just the fourth quarter. We don't play 6 quarters in basketball. And that shot, no good for the Eagles. Angela with the rebound. Ball over to Melissa. And that ball is tangled up and stolen by the Eagles. Good hustle defensively for the Wildcats, not making it easy for the Eagles to get anything in transition. And that should be a travel, and yes it is. Nice job by Melissa coming over to help. So we've got basically 6 minutes to go. Wildcats down 14. They did outscore the Eagles by 7 in the last quarter, but that will not be enough in this quarter if they want to actually pull out the victory in this one. They'll have to double that margin. Coming out after the timeout, Addie, Natalie, Naomi, Melissa, and Angela. And working ahead against the press. Ball to Naomi. She crosses to Angela, and Angela scores. Wildcats continuing their strong run. Mr. Ochin. If you could just watch Mr. Ochin for the game, you could get a read on the game. He's got his hands on his head, obviously distressed in the first half, and now he's jumping all over the court. Score 28-16. Yes. She started to make impact for them. Like we heard her like history. So I can't remember who was doing good things in the first half, but since she has been out, they have been. I mean, I would too. I promise we didn't do it on purpose. Because it's being really sweet. But teams tighten up too, so I don't know what the difference is. Yeah. And that ball inside, Addie getting on the floor, and I think we're going to have a jump ball, which is Wildcat ball. Great hustle by the Wildcats getting on the floor. One good thing the Wildcats have done is definitely improve their handling of the press and getting down the floor again. That is Naomi. Now back to Natalie, and a steal there. That was not the press, just a mistake. Eagles definitely don't have to rush to score. Melissa comes up with the steal. She is hurrying down the floor, kicks it out to Addie. Over to Angela. Angela gets inside, puts the shot up, no good, and Naomi chasing down the rebound. Natalie now with the ball. That goes off the foot of an Eagles player. I think it's going to go out of bounds, and it does. I'm a little surprised they didn't call that a kick ball. And the Eagles calling off the press right now. Not sure if they're tired or just recognizing that the Wildcats have figured out some things about the press and not wanting to leave their defense vulnerable at the half-court end. Over to Natalie. Crossing to Melissa. Now Addie with the ball. Back to Natalie. Natalie's three-pointer is good! And the Wildcats within 10. They are down only 9, 28-19. What a run by the Wildcats in the second half. Eagles outside the three-point line. Shot is up, no good. That goes out of bounds to the Wildcats. 4 minutes to play in the game. Addie with the ball. And she draws the foul. Natalie across half court, over to Addie. And she crosses to Melissa, out to Natalie. And that is stolen by the Eagles on the run down the floor. Shot is good. That's the Eagles' first basket in this quarter. And they get that double-digit lead back, 11-point margin. Addie with the ball. Now Natalie out to Addie. Crossing to Melissa. Melissa drives in, puts the shot up too strong. Over to Naomi. Oh, no, Naomi can't get the basket. It goes out of bounds. Naomi trying to crash after that rebound. I went out of bounds off of our team. So now 3 minutes to go. 11-point gap between the MHEA Eagles and the Wildcats. Still enough time to come back in this one, even though Mr. Reddle says not to call it a comeback. This second half has just been night and day difference from the first half, with the Wildcats not able to do really anything and the Eagles getting almost anything they wanted. And pretty hot shooting from the Eagles. They were not just chucking it up from three, but if they did put it up from three, it mostly went in. But the Wildcats definitely figuring some things out against the press. They have a different configuration of players than they're used to. And they've been able to kind of put together something there. Nice block by Natalie, and that ball goes out of bounds off of the Eagles. Natalie having a really good game. She's had, I'd say, 3 or 4 blocks. She's made a couple of threes. She's just playing really well. And Addie trying to hang on to the ball, gets it over to Angela. Shot up for Melissa, that is short and rebounded by the Eagles. 2.5 minutes to go. Eagles definitely want to burn clock. Time is their friend. Scoreboard also their friend right now. Under 2 minutes now. Clock being burned off by the Eagles. Wildcats are going to have to get a little more aggressive if they're going to get the ball back. Eagles could theoretically hang on to it for the remainder of the game, and there's a steal from the Wildcats. That was Allie and Angela coming up with the ball. A nice job by Melissa and Natalie defending on the baseline, forcing that turnover. And I think we're going to have a timeout here with 1:30 to go in the game. Still an 11-point gap for the Wildcats. So a nice little hold by the Eagles. Not much change in the score, but with the Wildcats facing that big deficit, that is advantage Eagles for sure. In just a few minutes, the 12U Lady Warriors will be over on the Indy Junior Cats channel. That game is supposed to start at 9, so assuming these early morning games are mostly on time, that should be about the time of the tip. Addie looks to inbound the ball. She gets it into the backcourt to Natalie. Natalie back to Addie. Inside to Angela, and that goes through her legs to the Eagles. Wildcats with a really nice run for about a quarter and a half. But it looks like they may have run out of gas on that comeback attempt. We are now under a minute to go and still no change to that score. Ball knocked loose by Melissa. Addie comes up with it. Over to Natalie. 45 seconds to play. Now Melissa with the ball. Out to Addie. Melissa puts up a three that may have been blocked, and Naomi trying to get after the rebound. It's picked up by the Eagles, and now we're down to 30 seconds to play. So really spirited effort by the Wildcats coming back in this one to get it under double digits after it had been an over 20-point lead for the Eagles, or they got it down to single digits. Got within 9 and just could not quite get over that hump. And we've got just 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and that is a final 30-19. A really good second half for the Wildcats. They were down 25-4, I think. Yeah, 25-4 at halftime, and then went on a 15-5 run in the second half, and just not quite enough. Thanks for joining us for this one. You can go over and look on Indy Junior Cats in the next few minutes to see the 12U girls. And they will have another game also. 12U will have another game here on Lady Wildcats at 12:30, I believe. So have a great morning.